Hey, everybody, thanks for joining us for another episode of Financial Fitness. And this week, we have a very special guest. She has been a part of the Emmanuel family for a number of years, serves in several capacities here at our church, but not just here at the church. She also works at the largest university here on the Eastern Shore. It's Salisbury University. So we're proud to have my friend, but also a very well-known person in the community, Shonda Brown, is with us today. Shonda, great to be with you.
Hi, thank you for having me.
I'm glad that when I extended the invitation to you, you were so kind to me and you said yes, that you pray about it and you would do it. And so today's our day. So I appreciate you being on Financial Fitness. And so, as we know, our audience knows, I run through a series of questions that usually takes a few minutes to run through. And it's focused on our guest, which would be you today, and your story and finances and what God has done in your life. And so let's just jump right in. If you could just tell us a little bit about who Shonda is
Okay.
and your story.
Okay. Well, I am Shonda Brown. I am from Virginia, the Eastern Shore of Virginia, and I married in 2004 to my wonderful husband, Tim Brown.
Go Tim.
And I have two beautiful daughters, one that was born in 2004 as well, and then another that was born in 2006. I known Tim ever since I was 14. From a young age, he was my boyfriend, and then we're here 21 years later, married, and you can do the math, 30 years together. So yeah, my parents still live in Virginia. My dad is a retired truck driver. My mother is employed at Accomack County School System as a bus driver. I have 4 siblings.
I've met one or two of them, I think. Yeah.
Yes, I have 4 siblings, 2 older brothers, and a younger sister and brother.
Where are you on that spectrum? Are you the youngest?
Nope. I am in the middle.
No, you're in the middle.
I am in the middle. I am, but I am the boss.
Oh, Lord.
Even though, yeah. Even though I'm in the middle, they call me the family manager. So,
Okay.
yeah.
I believe that.
Yeah. Yeah.
For those of you that don't know Shonda, she serves in several capacities here at the church. Number one, you serve at the East Door, which
Yes.
I remember when that was built several years ago. You do a great job, by the way.
Oh, thank you.
You serve in nursery
Yes.
as well, and now your kids are serving in nursery. I
Yes.
noticed that. You got Tim serving on the security team. I mean, the whole family is out serving here
Yes.
at Emmanuel, and you are a staple here, a fixture. People
thank
know
you.
you, and I've been here at Emmanuel 5 years, and honestly, I know when Tiff's here, I make sure she sees you. I point you out to her as someone that is valued to me and a trusted person that I can trust for sure. And you do a great job for not just the church, but for the Lord. And tell me a little bit about your upbringing. Just a quick story about you as far as, so I remember you said when I first met you years ago, you told me that you grew up on the Eastern Shore of Virginia.
Yes.
And which part again?
It's a little town called Wattsville, but it's near Chincoteague.
Okay.
I was there all my life growing up. My family, we all have land and property, so it was nothing but family there. We went to church every Sunday.
Yeah.
Went to church every Sunday. You put your pantyhose on, you put your dress on, and you made it to church every Sunday.
Yeah.
Now, to say that I paid attention in church, I can say that I did not. It was just a thing that we did every Sunday.
Yeah.
And I got married, and then someone invited me here. And when I came here at Emmanuel, it was just different. It all changed.
Wow.
It changed me. It changed my family. It all changed. So, and we've been here now for about, I'm going to say it's almost been 7 or 8 years.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. And now I know that you work over at the prestigious Salisbury University.
Yes.
And tell us a little bit about what you do over there.
I'm an admin at the admissions office. So if you've ever been to Salisbury University and you've been to the admissions office, you have seen me there as soon as you walk in the door. But I also I communicate. I organize different bus groups for students to visit SU. But I also have student workers that work with me and work under me. And when you have a student worker, you're trying to instill into them some values,
Sure.
instill into them some life skills that they may not have received, and you want them to be professional. You want them to be able to communicate, talk to you about different things, and you want to be able to provide the best answer, the best advice for them. So I take that very seriously, especially when you're dealing with young adults coming up in society, and it's a good feeling to know that they're excited to come back to you and say, "Hey, yeah, I did this," or "You know what? I listened to what you said, and it made a difference." So using that, it's very rewarding.
I'll bet what you do over at the university and seeing the young adults come in and their parents in admissions, this
Yes,
huge step from high school to college, which is the beginning really of your adult life,
right.
of what we call transitions
Yes.
or a new season for them. I would imagine seeing somebody that knows the Lord, that's beaming with the light of Christ, the radiation that comes from you to
Yes.
them is a welcoming feeling. Have you seen students and parents that walk in and they have the deer in headlight look, like they're nervous, like oh boy, or
Yes.
like or the kids on one page or the
Yeah.
young adult rather, and the parents on another, and I bet you see a lot of interaction. Just curious, how do you go about letting God use you in that setting, which is a professional setting,
hmm
and this is a life-changing event for these young
Mm.
adults,
Well,
but yet you're there.
yes. So it's crazy that I every day when I'm in the shower, I always pray. And I always ask God to use
Yeah.
me as whatever type of vessel you need to use me for you
hmm
every single day. So I never know what the day looks like, but I'm always prepared. And so yes, I may have families coming in and out daily, but it's always one that I can connect with. Right now, I have pictures of my family on my desk. So that draws a lot of attention. So in that, I'm experiencing the same things that they are. I'm just like you. Meaning I have a daughter that's graduating this year. So the students that come in and the families that come in are the same type of students and parents that for me, that we are all on the same level. Where
hmm
you're not no higher just because I work at Salisbury. Like I have the same feels.
Yeah.
But knowing that they can come to me and feel like I am concerned. I truly am, because you're leaving your child in the hands of basically the world,
Yeah. Strangers.
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 And you want that welcoming feeling when you walk into a place and you're leaving something that you have grown, you have nurtured. You're leaving them there.
Yeah.
So I think it's powerful for me to
hmm
be able to speak openly
Yeah.
on the feelings and the emotions. They are all real and natural, but they have to grow. They have to, if you have instilled a good foundation in them, they'll be okay.
I love it that you represent your family very well. I see you guys on Sunday, and you talk about representation between you and Tim and your daughters.
hmm
You're a serving family, and It's one of the things I picked up about you several years ago is that you serve,
Mm-hmm.
and now not just you, but your kids and Tim. And so as we transition to one of the questions that I have is, what is the best financial decision you made that changed your life?
Hmm.
If you could pick out one financial decision in your 24 years of living, just kidding. I know, I see, I'm just kidding. One financial decision that changed your life, what would it be? Just one.
If I had to choose one, it would be tithing.
My goodness, tithing. Tell me why.
Um, it's scary.
It can be.
It can be
If you've
scary.
never done it before in your life, it can be like, whoa.
It can be very scary, but at the same time, it's very rewarding. I'm not gonna say that I don't worry or things like that. Those are natural feelings.
Thanks for being honest about that. Love it.
Yes.
Yes. Yes.
Those are natural feelings,
Yes.
but at the end of the day, when you look back, he's provided every single time.
Wow. Wow.
He's never missed a beat. We've never starved. Electricity is still on.
Amen.
Never missed a beat.
Yeah.
Kids, they might not have the best, but they have what they need.
That's right.
Okay? It might didn't come from the biggest store, might not have the best shoes, but they are appreciative. And that's one thing that I will say that when you do tithe, and now they are tithing, it matters.
Yeah. Well, again, let me just give a little context. As a guest, we don't really know. Actually, we don't know anyone's answers about when we ask these questions.
Right.
So if I give a response of like, wow, it is 100% genuine because I don't know whatever you're going to say. But tithing doesn't surprise me that you said that. But it's always good to hear. It's God's financial system that he set up for not just the church, like the physical building, but the church, the people itself, because the people are the church. Right? Without people, you don't have a church. You just have an empty building. And so when we think about this word discipline that I like to use here on staff and just in life, living this disciplined life, tell me about what does the word discipline mean to you, and how do you apply it to your finances?
Discipline can mean a lot of different things. So for me, discipline is sometimes it's doing the hardest things, the things that you need over things that you want.
Yep.
And when you have that, it just applies to your life all the way around. It's not, you can't just pick it out. And sometimes we lose discipline, but when you lose it, you have to go back to the root to find it.
When you say root, are you saying go back to the basics?
Yes.
Of how you got it in the first place?
Yes.
Love it. Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
So when you go back to the root, sometimes you got to get with yourself. And in doing that, it takes some real hard things that you got to deal with. We know we got to have lights, food. Some days we we used to oodles and noodles. It fed. Bologna. It wasn't the healthiest, but we didn't starve.
You ate it.
You ate it.
Come on now.
You fried it, put them little slits
Come
in
on
it.
now. Yeah, man.
But yes, you have to do those things.
Yeah.
And me growing up, when I got to a certain age, my teenage years, I wasn't really taught that. I was taught to go out. If something you want, go get it. So in doing that, it left me with a lot of undisciplined things. Go out and get what you want. Buy the shoes, buy the Jordans, buy the Air Maxes, do this, do that. No. So and then I think it changed when I had kids. Tim is not, and we're two opposite people, but we've came together on the same page.
Mm-hmm.
So Tim is more of, unless you need it, you ain't getting it. I mean, a penny, he could probably circulate around this whole church. That is how he is.
I love Tim.
That is how he is when
Yeah.
it comes to the finances.
Yeah.
And that's okay with me.
Gotta love it. Yeah.
That is okay with me. And a lot of prayer, because prayer is what's going to get you through the uneasiness of things. So that's how I apply it to my life. You got to make that decision. Do I need this?
Mm-hmm.
Do I really need it, or is it something that I want?
It's interesting, LaShonda. I remember being in the e-store with you and a couple other people, and people always come to you and have words like either telling you a story or asking for your advice.
Yes.
And I'm usually, if I am around, I have witnessed you giving your advice, and it is, from what I can tell, good, and or someone used to say good, and but when I think about my finances and decisions that I have made in life, the worst decisions that I've made in my life have been when I have been undisciplined, and you and I both know that the Holy Spirit provides discipline for our lives if we let the Holy Spirit do its job. And so that brings me to my next question. Which financial decisions you've made that had the greatest impact on other people's lives, specifically whether it's your kids or even your husband or friends? So these are one financial decision that has impacted your community, your space.
Okay.
You got one for me?
I do. My kids.
I'm not surprised.
My kids. Growing up, when we were raising them, we gave them things. I mean, you spoil your children, but I also wanted them to understand this was not $2. We worked hard for you to have this. And that's what you have to do.
Yeah.
Okay. When they got older and they started with their first job. So my oldest, Trinity, she started with her first job.
She's graduating this year, right?
No, Trinity is a junior at SU.
SU.
Well, she will be a junior in the fall at SU.
Who's graduating this year?
Tyler.
That's it. That's
the
it.
youngest
Yes.
one.
Wait a minute. Okay, I know we're on. I know we're taping this. I'm sorry, but the softball player?
Yes.
You got to be kidding me.
Yes.
What?
Yes.
She's graduating this year?
She is graduating this year.
that's
She's dual enrolled. That's it.
Oh my goodness.
That's it.
Get out of here.
Yes.
Oh my word. I've been here that long. Wow.
Yeah. It's crazy that you watch him, one youth growing up.
Yes. I saw her with the softball stuff on, and didn't she play another sport too?
She plays field hockey and basketball.
That's it. That's it.
Yeah.
Folks, if you don't know LaShonda Brown and her family, come to Emmanuel on Sundays. The family is here. I'm telling you, they are an outstanding family. Okay, I'm sorry. Back to
the rim. Okay, so when they started, Trinity, she started her first job.
Yeah.
In COVID. So she started her first job in COVID. Didn't want to go. Did not want to go. Did not want to work. Did not want to do any of that. She was not about that at all. And I felt like it was a time she needed to do that.
Yeah.
She was 15. She needed to explore, experience different things, understand that just because we're here and we laugh and we joke, everybody's not happy. Everybody is not nice people. Everybody is not good people.
Yep.
But you need to be able to understand that, and you need to be able to learn how to deal with that. So having a job is the best thing that she did. So she went the first day. Went the second day. Then she came back. Then it was more and more and more. But you know what changed her life? the first paycheck.
Watch out now.
Got her first paycheck
Come
now.
on.
15-year-old with $400 or $500. What?
I'm going to get a loan from her tomorrow.
Because of the hours that she works. So
Yeah.
she now is understanding.
Yeah.
So you've never had that much money. Go be free. Do whatever you want to do with it. That's what I told her. Do whatever you want to do with it. You can buy whatever. Use it up.
Mm-hmm.
But your next one, we went to the bank. They opened up a checking and a savings account.
Yeah.
They've had it for that since she was 15. She's now almost 21. And every time you get paid, you are going to put a certain percentage in your savings account. And she did it. She started doing it.
Yeah.
She kept doing it. She switched jobs. Now she's a whole server.
Mm-hmm.
She's making more money. And she's just tucking it away. So now all the things that you thought you wanted when you were younger, you questioning, you're looking at things. Oh, I'm not paying no $15 for no shirt. I'm not doing this for this. And now you see how money affects the things that you want versus the things that you need.
Big difference. Right?
It's a big difference.
Yeah, when
it's a big difference.
people pay with their own money, the want quickly goes away, and then you look at the need, right? I love that. And, you and I talk about our kids often at church, and Tice just started his job at Chick-fil-A.
Wow.
Yeah, so this is week 2 for him. And
Okay.
they're off from spring break this week. And so that dude, I think he's working 25 hours.
Wow.
Monday through Friday this week. It's 5 days. It's 5 hours each day.
Well, that's Trinity. She started at Chick-fil-A.
Yep.
Yep.
And so we're excited for him. I like how it was because you and Tim modeled discipline in your marriage and finances and gave your kids freedom, but also responsibility.
Yes.
With that freedom. Often parents or just people in general give freedom but no responsibility.
Right.
Or they give responsibility but there's no freedom to have fun with that.
Right.
And I do admire you and Tim, how you've raised your family. I mean, and these are not, yes, they're words, but you know that they're true.
Right.
And
Absolutely.
they are 100%. I want to go ahead and ask, how has following Jesus influenced your approach to your financial stewardship? How has following Jesus influenced your financial stewardship?
It's hard. It was hard.
Yeah. I'm glad somebody's honest about that.
Listen,
Yeah.
it's hard. It's
Yeah.
not an easy task to do.
Yeah.
Especially, you never know what you're going to face
right.
every day.
Yep.
But if you talk to Jesus, like I'm sitting here talking to you,
Yep.
that's just all he wants.
A relationship.
A relationship. That's it.
Yeah.
And he listens, and he
Say that again.
listens.
For those that are listening, say that one more time.
He listens.
Doesn't he listen? He sure
He
does.
listens
Doesn't.
every
He does
single
listen.
time.
Yeah. Mhm.
He's just waiting. He's just waiting for you to open up your mouth and talk.
Well, now y'all know why we have LaShonda on today. Let's wrap up with if you could change anything about your financial decisions in the past, what would it be? If you could change one thing,
it would be that knowledge that I have now, that I would be able to have demonstrated or have had that same knowledge that I'm teaching my kids now.
I love that. I think what I'm hearing you say is, if I started earlier with the knowledge that I know now.
Yes.
And this is one of the things I want people to really get from this podcast is it's never too late. But if you can start earlier, start earlier.
Yes.
Right? The sooner people start with good financial stewardship practices, I don't care what you've been through, whether it's health issues or divorce or bankruptcy or anything. Some of the greatest people on the planet. One of my favorites in business, Dave Ramsey, filed bankruptcy at a young age, and he was a millionaire multiple times. And today, Dave Ramsey's worth well over $200 million. I think his company's worth, they're approaching that $700 million mark with revenue and property.
Wow.
And it's all cash, no credit cards, no nothing. I'm not saying you got to be Dave Ramsey, folks.
Right.
But what I am saying is that it doesn't matter where you've been.
Right.
All that matters is where you're going.
Where you're going.
And if what the Brown family have done with their children, they started them off on the right foot.
Yes, God.
So many times people let their past dictate their future.
Mm-hmm.
And you grew up in a little town that I've never heard of in my life.
Exactly.
And most people haven't. And the Lord took you from that town, brought you to various places, but specifically here in Salisbury.
Yes.
And you and Tim have been married for 21 years, same amount of time that Tiff and I have been married.
Wow.
2004. Hello, how about
2004.
that? Yep. We're July, and you guys are?
May.
You beat us by a little bit of a couple days.
Months,
couple days,
30
right?
days, yeah.
And but God has used you all in a powerful way. And as we bring the podcast to a close, I want to just say thank you for your commitment to the Lord, commitment to your family and your husband. It's on display, and you don't fake anything. That's one of the things I like about you. You're so
Not one
there,
thing.
but you're authentic.
Yes.
And you're real, and you do a great job with your small groups. And the things that I have seen you do in our conversations here at church and with your family and with your sister, who I forget her name, but anyway.
Dr. West.
Dr. West,
Yes.
I met her, and she's funny. You guys just are warm and embracing. And again, if you've never seen the Brown family, I will challenge anybody to come to Emmanuel, not just to see them, but to get to know Jesus and have a great experience. But while you're here, look for LaShonda and her family. They're serving. They're the family that serves.
Yes.
Not just come and
Yes.
become a consumer, but you all literally serve, and that's got to be a great feeling to teach your kids that.
Oh.
So I want to personally thank you and from the production staff for coming in, from leaving your job to come to give us some time
Yes.
today. And those that are watching us on the podcast, again, we thank you for being a part of our day today as well. You've made our day even better. So we thank you for tuning in, and we will see you again next time on Financial Fitness. Take care.
See ya.